Hello again, Internet. This is Kyle again, back here with an update. It's been one more weekend worth of work. You can see I've made a much better looking map with some ripped Zelda tiles. I'm still rocking my naked guy here. But what you're seeing here this weekend, what I focused on was a resource gathering system. What I have here is my Team Rocket looking guys. We have woodcutters with the W on their shirt and a miner up here with the M on his shirt. And basically what I figured out was I managed to code some properties into these guys whereby they automatically search the entire map for the nearest instance of either a tree if they're a woodcutter or a ore if they are a miner. And then they walk towards the nearest instance of it, continually updating whichever is the nearest instance. So you see I put this fence in the way here, so it shows how they both are able to walk around the fence in their pathing and update the fact that as they walk around this fence, the nearest tree to them may no longer be the same nearest tree as it was previously, and so as they were here and there maybe were walking towards this tree right here, as they come around the fence they now realize that this tree is closer and so walk to that one to mine it. And as you can see, what they're doing is I have a numerical representation next to each tree that shows how much wood is currently inside of that tree. And as the miners come, or the woodcutters come and chop away at it, that number is reduced until it gets to a certain point, and then the tree becomes a stump. And then once they get it completely away, it becomes this little, patch of, ground here. The layering isn't. I haven't quite figured that out yet. The images are continually writing to the top, so they cover up the player character here, which they shouldn't do. It looks good for the trees, but it doesn't really make much sense for the patch of ground to be covering up the player. Additionally, up here, this guy's already mined out all the ore, but you could see earlier there was two different colors of rocks that I had placed down. And I managed to make a parent character. So while those are two completely different objects within the game, he searches them both and goes to the nearest of either type. So that is to say I could designate a worker to be a miner, and then he would go out and say there was a gold mine and an iron mine I placed on the map. If you didn't designate which one you specifically wanted him to go to, he would just pick the closer of the two if they were both designated as a miner type resource. And as you can see at the top here, I have wood and ore, and as the workers return with their load, you can see the wood count goes up by 10 each time, which is the same number that they reduce the tree by each time. So each individual worker actually carries with him as a value, stored in a variable, the amount of that resource that he has on him at any given time, and then deposits it into the base, my wonderful base artwork here. So that is the progress that I made this week. I'm pretty proud of it, and I think it's pretty fancy. This guy is kind of lost to the wilderness. He has no ore left to mine, so he's just kind of acting spontaneously. I'll have to look into maybe creating some code for if there's nothing else for him to mine, he just kind of stands there and shrugs his shoulders or something. But that's something to look into for the future. Yeah, so that's week 2's progress, and I will see you guys next week.